Good morning. I am here with Margie Kunz, and she has been participating in the Autoimmune Hepatitis Association
Mhm.
mentorship program as a mentee. Thank you for joining us today. Why don't you go
Yeah.
ahead and just start us out and tell us a little bit about yourself and your experience with AIH?
Okay. I've actually been very fortunate and been pretty healthy most of my life, except for a couple of minor surgeries. And then last November, I went in for my annual. This is a very common story I hear now. And my liver enzymes were fairly elevated. And so that began my journey with autoimmune liver disease. I've been lucky that my numbers have come down while taking budesonide and that the side effects have been minor. And a little bit of my background, I've been a nurse for over 45 years, and my specialty is OB. However, I almost feel like I can minor in hepatology now because I began studying disease as much as I could. I even was reading the Journal of Hepatology and other publications on the diagnosis and treatment of AIH. And then I found the Autoimmune Hepatitis Association website, and I was so grateful. What an amazing resource you have. Pictures of people that are coping with the disease and all the research, all the patient stories, the talks, the conferences. It was exactly what I needed. And I joined the newly diagnosed support group pretty early, and I've appreciated that as a resource as well, because nobody understands the disease as much as someone who shares it.
It sounds like you've done a lot of research in your time since your diagnosis, but I'm also glad that you found us. Why did you choose to participate in the AAH mentorship program?
Well, I saw the email that you sent out, and I figured it was another way to connect with someone who truly understood life with AIH. And when you called me and asked the screening questions, and I asked, for possibly a nurse if you had someone like that, and a Christian and a woman, I mean, you just found a great fit for me. My mentor is also a nurse, so we can talk in medical terms. We can shortcut through some parts and then spend more time on others. And having someone start a conversation with, how are you feeling? How did your appointment go? How are your numbers now? It just zeroes in on the essence of living with AIH. And you can, I'm respond in a similar way, how are your numbers and what are you going through and things like that. And because of the shared faith, we can pray for each other. And my mentor's amazing. She is just incredible. She has a ton of energy. She's got a very upbeat personality, and she truly inspires me every time I talk with her. She's great.
It sounds like it's just really nice to know that somebody else is dealing with the same thing and they also get it.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Well, how about you tell us a little bit about how you and your mentor communicate? Like, what does that look like?
Sure. From the start, I know that we wanted to both respect each other's time and space and privacy, and we were very cognizant of that. And so we started out just texting, trying to figure out the best time to talk. And then we set up a time, and our first conversation lasted about an hour. And we thought, okay, let's talk maybe about once a month. And then subsequent conversations have been about 45 minutes because now we know a little bit about each other. We can kind of catch up quickly. Um, they're traveling abroad right now, so I'm very excited to hear about their trip when they come back. And then we also will check in via text if there's a procedure going on or something happening and wonder, well, how did that go? How are you feeling? How's your daughter doing? Things like that. And even though she's been living with the disease for a couple of years and I'm newly diagnosed, she said that our conversations help her as much as they do help me when we talk. So that's really nice that I feel like I'm also giving.
It sounds like you both are supporting each other, which is really nice.
Yeah.
Can you I know you've shared a little bit already about it, but just a little bit more about how the mentorship program has helped you in your journey with AIH.
Yeah, it's made me feel not as alone. You share things with your family, your friends, coworkers who know nothing about AIH, and they can offer support, but no one understands AIH like someone who's also living with the disease. And like having read about many of the side effects of treatment, complications, other issues can arise, my mentor will say, yes, I experienced that, but it wasn't so bad. Or, well, this is how I dealt with that situation or that condition or that side effect. And just knowing that someone else is in the same situation and thrives is a reassurance to me and an inspiration.
It sounds like it's been really helpful to hear, like, you've also had these side effects, and here's what
Mhm.
helped me. It may or may not help you, but I got through it.
Exactly.
Um, I think I already know the answer to this question, but would would you encourage others to participate in the program?
Absolutely. I would encourage others to participate. I think if you are well matched with a mentor and that you do respect each other's time and privacy, and you only share what you're comfortable with, then the mentorship program can offer hope, courage, friendship, support when you need it. I don't see any downside, but I have an awesome mentor. So, yeah.
It's like the perfect situation, right?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to add about the program or share with anybody who might be on the fence about participating in the program?
I am just so glad that you paired me up, Megan, with this particular mentor. And, if the initial pairing doesn't work out for both parties, it can be changed. But overall, it's a great program, and just one more way that the Autoimmune Hepatitis Association amazes me. The knowledge base that we have access to, the creativity and energy and innovative programs such as this mentor mentee program. The website is incredible. The staff, you, Aaron, Craig Lambert, and the rest of the board, you've all made a mysterious and rare diagnosis into something which I can live with, something that I can actually thrive with. And I am just grateful to AIHA in so many ways.
Thank you, Margie. We're sad that you had to find us, but we are also so grateful that we get to meet you and we get to interact and learn more about you as well.
Thank
Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I hope that your insight and your experience will
you.
encourage others to join and feel the support that you've been able to feel.
Thank you. I'm so grateful.